Our anthem asks a question, forcing every generation to make a choice. Will Brave win? Will Brave win?
Will Brave win?
Will Brave win? Will Brave win?
Will Brave win?
Will Brave win? Let's answer for ours.
All right, New York Senator Kristen Gillibrand announcing her 2020 presidential run. Talk radio panel with us. Ari Aronson up in New Hampshire, Rich Zeoli. Arnie, first to you. How does Gillibrand's message play in the all-critical New Hampshire?
Well, I mean, at this point, just to give you an idea, we had 8 presidential candidates hanging around New Hampshire just this weekend.
Who was your favorite?
Who's my favorite? I like Mayor Pete. I like Elizabeth Warren. I like Cory Booker. I saw Cory Booker Friday morning. And let me just say something, everyone. We keep talking about Beto and charisma. And trust me, I've been following Beto for 2 years in his run in Texas. But I saw Cory Booker on Friday morning. There's a run for the charisma sort of streak because Cory was unbelievably charismatic. And on the other end of charisma, I mentioned Mayor Pete. You know what's interesting about Mayor Pete? I've also been hanging around him. Mayor Pete is kind of this quiet charisma, and Beto is kind of this big charisma. And there's so much variety. How is Kirsten going to do? It's going to be tough for her. But she's obviously showing her stuff because she wants to roll out her formal announcement in front of Trump Tower. She's going to Michigan on Monday night. And guess what? I think Donald Trump is going to Michigan too. I'm wondering if he's stalking her.
Well,
but anyway,
he's going to Ohio.
Sort of
he's going to Ohio on Thursday. It's almost like we planned this segment because the soundbite we have coming up talks both about Mayor Pete and about Beto. Mayor Pete on Fox News Sunday. Take a listen.
Yep.
How do you combat Beto? And like him, were you born to be in this race?
I think I was born to make myself useful.
Rich, there's humility among politicians in America. Who knew?
Yeah, if that's what you want to call it. He's got to apologize for everything, including the fact that he's a white guy. Look, this party and all the people that I just heard, they're all trying to go to the left of each other. Who can out-progressive each person? And it's crazy, and it's nothing that the American people are going to identify with in a general election. Look, Kristen Gillibrand used to have an A rating from the NRA. She wanted English to be the official language. She has to apologize for all those positions that got her elected as a congresswoman in upstate New York. Everybody now has to apologize for anything they said that isn't woke or isn't progressive enough, and they're tripping over themselves to say, "I'll do the most on climate. I'll spend the most money on climate.
Arnie,
I'll take away the most
danger?
Freedom and liberty if possible."
Is that a danger?
You're not going to have a chance in the general election. In the general election, these people are going to be unidentifiable, Leland. There's no chance that
Rich, you made your point. Arnie, is this going to be a problem for Democrats who keep tacking farther and farther to the left?
Well, and it's interesting because what he's commenting about Kristen Gillibrand is also Joe Biden's problem. Everybody loves Joe. He's Uncle Joe. He's now running, but he's been around forever, and he's going to have a lot of explaining to do about Anita Hill. He's got a lot of explaining to do about his embrace of the criminal justice reform bill. He's going to have a lot of explaining to do about the bankruptcy bill. A lot of these candidates are going to have to ask themselves, as they're being evaluated and compared to basically dozens of candidates, how do you explain what you did 10 years ago, 5 years ago,
well, to that point, Arnie, we had Joe Biden was on the stump last night talking about how he is the most progressive of those running, then had to walk that back a little bit. But that's where the tack comes.
He had to apologize for saying nice things about Mike Pence.
He did that. He did that as well.
Everybody
Guys, hold on. One more soundbite.
Has to apologize.
One more soundbite, then we're going to get you guys to both respond. Again, Arnie's favorite on Fox News Sunday. Take a listen.
I know I'm the young face in this conversation, but not only do I have more years of government experience under my belt than the president, but I've got more years of executive government experience under my belt than the vice president.
Oh, Arnie, that did not work well for Dan Quayle in the debate. Does he really want to go there?
Well, let me just say something. He got elected as the mayor of South Bend at age 29. When he ran 4 years later, he got reelected with 80% of the vote. South Bend has 100,000 people. Wait a minute. South Bend has 100,000 people. There isn't a city in my state that has 100,000. There isn't a city in
Arnie, you'll both understand this. I got 15 seconds left. You got the first word. Rich gets the last. Go ahead.
This guy is just another progressive that nobody's ever heard of, and he's going to have to go to the left of everybody. Look, if the Democrats have even one reasonable moderate, they should nominate that person, but they won't. They're terrified of their base, and it's great news for Donald Trump in 2020. Great news.
All right.
And of course, we should take guidance from you. Just to remind you.
Well, he did before. He should.
Okay, now you guys both got the last word. We'll leave it there. Arnie, Rich, always a pleasure. Thank you very much. Florida primary, 1 year from today. Get ready. Laura?